We often speak of the moment when Adam descended from paradise to earth, and with that moment began the collective human journey, the mission to return to our original home, Jannah. Now, I want you to visualize something profound. Imagine all of us together grasping a single strong rope extended from the heavens. Picture it stretching down from the skies, and each of us tightly holding on. We cling to each other as much as to the rope itself, making sure no one falls. If someone begins to slip, we pull them up. We do this together. Subhanallah, when we talk about returning to Allah, we often speak about the personal path, how I get back. But the Qur'an, at its very conclusion, reminds us of something greater. In a chapter we often recite, Allah swears by time. By time indeed mankind is in loss, except for those who believe, do righteous deeds, encourage one another to truth, and encourage one another to patience. The loss is certain, the only exception. Those who work together, believe together, act together, and remain patient together. You cannot walk this path alone. That's not how we were meant to survive. Even the strongest believer, if isolated, becomes vulnerable. Just like a lone sheep is an easy target for the wolf, the believer separated from the community becomes prey for shaitan, no matter how strong their belief seems. This image of a rope descending from heaven is powerful. Ever since Adam's descent, Allah has extended this connection to us. That rope is the Qur'an, accompanied and embodied by the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. The companions deeply understood this. When revelation ceased after the death of the Prophet ﷺ, Amen cried, not because of his departure alone, but because the rope of revelation from the skies was no longer descending fresh upon the earth. She wept for the severed connection, not her personal grief, and when the companions saw her cry, they began to cry too. They had lived in the era where the rope was being actively extended. We live in a time where we must hold tight to what has already descended. Allah commands, and hold firmly, all of you together, to the rope of Allah, and do not be divided. That rope is the Qur'an, the words of Allah, and Allah reminds us of the transformation that occurs when we unite. Enemies become brothers. People once obsessed with worldly rivalry are now aligned by a vision of the hereafter. That's the power of the rope. It shifts your purpose from competing for this life to striving together for eternal success. The Prophet ﷺ warned about abandoning the jama'ah, the collective body of Muslims. Why? Because your safety lies in unity. The Prophet ﷺ compared himself to a man trying to protect people from a fire, pulling them back by their belts as they rushed toward destruction. That's how much he cared, and that's the example you and I are meant to follow. But in today's world, we often find ourselves doing the opposite. We push people away from the religion, we mock them, we see their mistakes and distance ourselves from them instead of pulling them back toward guidance. True da'wah is rooted in compassion. You can't save others if you're letting go of your own grip. You need to hold tightly and help others hold on too. Now Allah gives us another image. Whoever disbelieves in Ta'hut and believes in Allah has grasped the most trustworthy handhold that never breaks. This handhold, it's unshakable, but you must choose to grab it. Imagine a person falling from the sky with no rope, no handhold. They are swept up by the storm of dunya, dropped in unfamiliar places, dragged by their desires, consumed by confusion. Many live like that. They medicate their pain with distraction. But for the believer, we hold on, even when it burns. The Prophet ﷺ said there will come a time when holding on to Islam will be like holding on to burning coal. And yet, that burning is better than letting go. That burn becomes meaningful when it's for something higher. Purpose transforms pain. When you're driven by a mission greater than yourself, saving others, preserving the deen, calling people to Allah, you can bear more. The burn becomes a badge of honor. Think of the companion Al-Bara ibn Malik, the brother of Anas ibn Malik. While Anas served the Prophet ﷺ closely and transmitted countless hadiths, Al-Bara was on the battlefield, giving his life for the ummah. In the Battle of Yamama, he literally asked his soldiers to launch him into the enemy's fortress. He opened the gates of victory for the Muslims, and he didn't die. Later, during another battle, a blazing iron hook grabbed Anas. It began to pull him toward the enemy lines. Al-Bara, without hesitation, climbed onto his brother and removed the hook with his own hands, the flesh burning off completely in the process. He died a martyr that day. Because of that sacrifice, Anas lived for over 70 more years, teaching the Ummah, transmitting knowledge, preserving the rope of Allah. That's what it means to hold on to the rope, not just for yourself, but for others. As the Prophet ﷺ said, no one truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Your mission is not to make it to Jannah alone. We enter Jannah in groups, the people we prayed with, the people we made dua for, the people we guided, the people who reminded us when we were slipping. So I ask you again, what are you holding on to in this storm of dunya? Are you grasping at your desires, or are you holding on to the eternal rope of Allah? Are you watching others fall, or are you extending your hand? Will you trade the burning coal for the book in your right hand on the day of judgment? Will your light guide you through the darkness on that day? Conclusion and call to action. Dear brothers and sisters, your purpose is far greater than your personal peace. You are part of a mission. You are part of a community. You are part of a legacy. This rope, the Qur'an and Sunnah, is our only lifeline in this world. Hold it tight. Don't let go. And don't let anyone around you fall. May Allah keep our hearts united on His rope. May He allow us to hold on until our final breath. And may He reunite us together in the gardens of paradise. Ameen.